Hello and welcome to Nattys Crafts. Today we're going to do a challenge. This is the first challenge since I've been back making videos again, so I'm excited. And it is Sammy's, Unicorn Dust Designs Try It Tuesday. Her co-host this month is Whiskey and Wit. Now I have the full playlist down below as well as both of their channels. Do make sure to go visit them because they both are quite creative and funny and all of that. You'll enjoy their videos 100%. So again, Unicorn Dust Designs and Whiskey and Wit. Check them out in the description box down below. Alright, so the first item is a dupe of Unicorn Dust Designs. She had it as a coaster holder. I'm using it as a stand for a little sign. Very easy. You need tumbling towers and some glue. So there's the little sign. It's that little plaque from Dollar Tree. It says Trust Your Purpose. It's like a ceramic thick tile type of thing. I don't know. And we are just going to make a stand. So the way that Sammy did it was she laid one flat and one kind of sideways sticking up. So it gave it a real cool dimension. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do basically what she did. Now I'm using wood glue and hot glue because I'm not patient. It of course is best if you can be patient and just use wood glue. It'll last much longer. But I'm not, so I use wood glue on the corners and then hot glue down the middle just to make sure it'll stick right now while I'm videoing and while I'm using it. And we're just going to repeat this over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then a few more times just, because. And so what we're going to do, we're going to make a rectangle. Now, depending on what you're putting in this crate or setting on this crate is dependent on how big you want it. So mine was a little longer but more narrow than Sammy's, and you could, make it any size you want to make it fit your needs. So here are all the different pieces I've completed. So I made 4 pieces, the 2 short ends and then the 2 longer side ends. And then I'm just making sure that they fit properly. And I'm actually going to put these little blocks in there just for support because again, I'm using mine as a stand, not as a coaster holder. And then again, we are going to use some hot glue and then wood glue and then some hot glue. And I'm just going to make sure it's level or make sure it's square. Otherwise, they won't all fit together properly. And here I'm putting on that last corner there. And if you only use hot glue, please do make sure you use lots of hot glue. But so there it is. There's my little stand in the natural color. Now, if you've watched any of my videos, you know that that natural color is good. It's great. It looks beautiful, but not what I'm going to keep. So then I got to paint it. And what color do you suppose? Well, black, of course. Sorry for all of you that love that natural wood. I'm sorry. But look at it in black. And it matches the little Trust Your Purpose sign. And then the next one is also from Sammy at Unicorn Dust Designs. This one she used it as a little plant holder. I'm using it as a candle stand. So I'm making stands today. Again, I'm trying to add some height to my coffee table. Both of these things sit on my coffee table. So for this one, we're making squares. And we're just using, again, the tumbling tower blocks. And we're just making squares. Now, Sammy in her video mentioned it's easiest if you just start making L shapes. And then we'll worry about putting those together into squares. So that's what I'm doing here. Making a bunch of L shapes, and then we're going to put them all together. And this one I'm only using hot glue because the space wasn't big enough for both hot glue and wood glue. And again, my patience is short, so I wasn't going to wait for the hot glue to dry or the wood glue to dry. Once you've got all of your squares together, then we're going to place them on top of each other and glue them together. Now again, the height is dependent on you. If you're putting stems in it like Sammy did, you probably want it taller. If you're making a stand like me, maybe you don't want it as tall. Totally up to you. That's what's so great about crafting. You can make whatever you want to make. And you do, as you're gluing this together, you do want to make sure that it's level and flat. And so here's what I'm making is this little Dollar Tree vase and then this little Dollar Tree succulent. And then that's how it would look if you left it natural. But I'm not going to leave it natural, you know that? So I'm going to paint it black because, that's what I do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, again, for all of you that love that natural color. But I got to have it black to match my theme. So there we go. It's so cute. I love it. I think I'm actually going to make a few more of those. And then this is the last one. Now this is from Mom Das, Life Handmade. And I duped one of her other items last week, so go check that out too. But this one is a lantern, like a paper lantern. Now she used book pages. I don't have any books. They all burnt up in my fire. So I'm going to use some craft paper that I did have salvaged. And so that's what I'm using. Now this craft paper, of course, is very thick. So it maybe is easier if you use a book. So I might actually recommend using a book. But it did work out, so we're okay. And you want to measure properly. I did not measure properly. You want to make sure that whatever length you make your paper, whatever height I guess it is, whatever height you make your paper, make sure that's the bulge, I guess, that you want it to have. Because when I did this, I was thinking I want it to be really full like Mom Das's was. And when I put it together, it was not. You'll see. You'll see what happens. So anyway, so we're going to fold it in half, and then we're going to cut strips. And you want to leave at least, probably a ½ inch at the top so that you have somewhere to connect it to the candle holder. And then after all your strips are cut, you'll see how nice that looks? It's so pretty. I wish my candle were taller, but it's not. So once I figured out my candle, I made it too big, too tall. I am going to still glue it together. You see, I'm using super glue, and I'm going to glue the paper onto the candle directly. And this is just one of those glass jar candles you get from wherever, Walmart or Hobby Lobby or Aldi or wherever. And so I'm just going to super glue those down. And then once I've got those all glued down, you see how it's sticking out? To me, it's sticking out too far. So I'm going to actually put a crease where they're sticking out and glue it back onto itself, so it makes it so that it's almost like a 2-layer bulge. I don't know how to say it. Sorry. But you'll see what I mean. So here I got a little closer. So I'm just gluing the middle of that part that's poking out. I'm going to glue that back onto itself, onto the candle, and it'll make it so that there's 2 loops instead of just one giant one. And so there's the end result. Now, when you're done gluing it, you do have to go back and, kind of fluff it up, and just like you would a floral, basically. Fluff it up, make sure it's even, all the regular, make it look pretty type stuff. And that was it. That was pretty simple. And if you measure correctly, it will be really good. So here are all 3 of those projects today. And I really do like all of them. It's kind of fun to dupe other people's work because they already thought of it for you, so you're just, finishing it off basically in your own house. Again, this was Try It Tuesday, hosted by Unicorn Dust Designs. Make sure to visit her channel, linked down below, as well as co-host Whiskey and Wit, also linked below, and the full playlist. See all the other crafters who joined in this fun challenge. I thank you so much for stopping by today. I sure hope you can go down below and leave a comment. Let me know, did I do okay by painting those wood pieces black? Is everyone mad? I don't know. Let me know. And also like the video and, of course, subscribe. I love my subscribers. You guys are the best. I appreciate every single one of you. And also remember to always appreciate today. Tomorrow is never promised. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great one.